Okay, today we're going to learn the ideal of the size of the talis katan to say bracha on it. We already mentioned, according to many poskim, there's no even a small talis katan you could say bracha on it. Especially we mentioned the Halacha Shiur. According to him, according to the way he summarized on many G'dayla Rishonim, the Ritva, the Nimukei Yosef, that the whole discussion in the Gemara, the size of the talis was talis godel, the one we misatef during davening. Talis katan, he says, any arba kanfas, any four corners, garment of four corners, chayav b'tzitz. Remember, that's what they said. The kids l'choyer are relying on this, the little kids, the mamash small talis katan. They say bracha on it. According to some poskim, l'choyer it's a bracha levatola. So that's we said the Gabbai children probably relying on that. Now we're going to talk about if somebody wants to be all the opinions on a talis katan, what minimum size. This way you have no shilas. Not only according to some, you could say the bracha according to everybody, because some saying there's even talis katan have a minimum shiur. Okay, so that I'm reading starting from the Alter Rebbe in the Siddur. It says v'roichav talis katan, the wheat of the talis katan. There's amo shel Torah, roichav chavdalet gudolim. So have to be amo shel Torah, which is 6 tefachim, and each tefach is 4 gudol, meaning when we say in the Gemara etzva, we measure by etzva, it goes by the thumb. So each tefach is 4 thumbs, 4 etzboas, which is by the side of the thumb, that's 24 thumbs, 24 gudolin. So that's the amo shel Torah. Sometimes we'll measure amo, and then 5 tefachim over here we'll measure the amo by shisha tefachim. That's why it says soroichav chavdalad gud. That's going to be the width of the talis katan, not smaller than that. Now the length. The back of your talis katan have to be 1 amma, he says, and then the front also should be 1 amma. So according to this, your talis is going to be, besides we're not measuring the hole where you put it on your body, so the talis katan, the back of talis is 1 amma, the front of talis katan is 1 amma, and the width, the roichav, is also 1 amma. With that, he says, you yotze with all the opinion that there's a lotion ubezeh makayim a mitzvah ledivrei hakol. Okay, now so that's lagabe talis katan of an adult. Ubektanim, we mentioned already, like I said, bektanim we're going to do Halacha Shiur, any size you put on them. If this is their size, they could say bracha on it. It says ubektanim shegiu lechinuch dainim ben 6 shonim. Yesterday we mentioned the Alter Rebbe and the Shulchan Aruch write 9 shonim, like the opinion of the Tur. Over here he goes down to 6 shonim. That was the opinion of the Bach. So there's chinuch of, according to this, chinuch of talis katan starts at 6. Ad ben yud gimel shon efshar lehokel u'lismach al das oimrim sheshiur beged l'schai v'tzitzis u'amo al amo bilvad. For the ktanim you could rely that the shiur talis katan is amo al amo. I mean, according to this, the roichav, the wheat is the same thing. Yeah. It says even by adult the roichav was amo, so that doesn't change. The wheat does not change. The roichav doesn't by a child, but what does change the length. By him it's amo alama, basically very small talis katan. That according to this, below that a cotton should not say bracha. Below that size. So according to this, Shamayim, that even though the minhag today it's brought in many poskim that the children start at the age of 3 to put talis katan already. Shamayim should be concerned with that opinion and buy for a child a talis katan that's amo al amo. It's not so big, amo al amo, and because under that already l'choira mashma the Alter Rebbe should not say bracha, but like I said from the Aruch HaShulchan mashma, if it fits him at his size, he could say bracha on it. Okay, so that's from the Alter Rebbe. So the wheat have to be for an adult. 1 amma, the length amma on each side, the amma of garment, not counting the holes. This is according to the Alter Rebbe. Now, the Mishnah Berurah and many other poskim, they recommend this size, yeah, but they say that you could rely, there is another opinion, it says that b'inyan shiur roishav v'ruba, because of b'seva pri ha'oretz, b'shem seva derech chochma, she'shiuroi shloishes rivei amma b'oirech, v'chatzi amma b'roichav. According to him, so again, the Amma Roichav looks like it's according to everybody, Ktanim, G'dolim, the wheat should be 1 Amma. Now, we're talking now over here, L'gabe, the lengths, according to the Sefer Derech Chochma, it's 3/4 of an Amma, so a drop smaller talis katan. The Chosal Zemachza Shekel, V'artas Achaim, they write on this Sefer Derech Chochma, Shen Tzmach Lazem in Ashas. They don't know where he come with it, 3/4 of an Amma. Ubefrad Mashgozav Chatzi Amma B'roichav. Okay. Uminek anshe meise. Ledagdek, that's like the Alter Rebbe. Sheba ama milafona va ama mil acharov. V'nekev besatzova en oil laminyan. You cannot count the whole, you cannot the material itself, the garment. Ama in front, ama in the back. Ubetalis katan gaze yotzah min asvekes v'chol verach olav. Again, is exactly saying what the Alter Rebbe says. Valkoponim, he says, that's what people that follow the Mishnah Berurah, lo yivchas mishlosh rive ama berochev l'chol tzad. At least you could, for those which is follow the Mishnah Berurah, and they at minimum is no less than 3/4 of an amo on each side of your talis cut in the front and the back. Gilav achi yesh b'chashash brocha levatola. Kikos v'achronim shemodu v'nimtzu sheshiur roisha v'ruba shel koton amo v'chetzi. Len v'viralach. Okay. So according to the chashash brocha levatola. So, but from one hand, mashma over here, from one hand, it gives a kula, the Mishnah Berurah, that it says if a kolponim, it says minimum should be 3/4 of a mammoth each side. From another hand, mashma, that he says when it's a sheshiur rosh shel koton, from that we're learning the size amma v'chetzi. So according to this, from one side is machmer. The Alter Rebbe says by the koton kolponim, there's a raya from the Gemara and Menachos, a shtickle raya, not a strong raya. That's why there's a place to argue. It's amma al amma. That's also already a garment of a koton. But he says amma v'chetzi. So according to the Mishnah Berurah, and a child, if I'm going to put a talis, should say bracha, and that'd be amma v'chetzi. For some children, it'll be a little bit big. Now it's like this. So that's we established. So again, for a children, the soymech, especially on the Aruch HaShulchan, any size they put, it's good. They could say bracha. For adult al kaponim, it should be this size. Now, the Gabe, there's another thing that's really enough community between the Alter Rebbe is more machmer on it, and between many other poskim they make it. If you already put that size of talis, you put a good size of talis, talis cotton, and it's good, ammo the front, ammo the back, ammo in the wheat. But what happens when you put on upper garment or whatever? Sometimes it's squishes. You squish. It's folds over there. Are you yoitza with that the mitzvah of wearing a talis? Because if it squishes, it folds over there. But each day, any direction, on the width, on the length, maybe you don't have the size of a tzitzis, maybe you're not doing the mitzvah. So the Alter Rebbe writes, the Alter Rebbe is machmeran. The Alter Rebbe, again, in the Siddur, he writes, in the Siddur, he writes that should not be, you have to be careful, that should not get folded. Here, Halacha Shiur that shall aroicha v'orech hatas kotan tzorich lios kuloi mufshet umalbish es sa'odam b'chol hashir as a kuloi. According to Alter Rebbe, be careful, it should not fold on you. To make sure the talis cotton is all spread out equally. I mean, enough that size. If you have bigger, at least if that size is spread on your body. Because if not, he says, "V'tzorich lashgiach al zetomit kol hanizam kam mitzvah tzidus kol hayon." Yeah, it says. Again, it says to be. It didn't say it's a brocha levatolo. It says you have to be very careful with that. However, the Mishnah Berurah, and I saw the Kafacham brings even more poskim than the Mishnah Berurah. They bring an opinion as long as you carry that size, even though maybe it's folding inside you, and it's full. It doesn't have right now while you're in the full size because it was folding. He brings the opinion. Im lovash atalis v'niskapel k'tzas kederech loiv shebegodim. After it's folded already, it doesn't have the proper shiur. Because of B'shuvas B'Yakov, the Kevan Shomer Lispashet Kaposhut Domi, Aval Pishlo Lispashet Adam Vered B'Shir. As long as you could spread it out, it'll have a shiur, even though it's folding, it's okay. And like I said, that's the Mishnah Berurah brings from Sefer Shuvas Beis Yaakov, and the Kavachaim add many more poskim that maskim with that. So according to this, so lechatchila, according to the Alter Rebbe for sure, those who just follow the psak of the Alter Rebbe have to be careful. The talis cotton is not folding less than the shiur, and according to the Mishnah Berurah, he brings poskim that even it's folding, that's okay. All right.